This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and an update on U.S. beef, the quality leader, and why it's in demand around the world.
If lower cattle prices have you down, know this. There are still some glimmers of good news.
Beef consumption is ramping up in this country, meat consumption in general. So we've added about 7 pounds per person in the last 3 years. This is due to lower prices and of course, GDP rates, which also are coming back, but slowly. And so beef and meat consumption generally are moving upwards.
Chicken is rising fast, but the market analyst says he's fairly optimistic that beef middle meats and grinds will gain strength into the first quarter of 2017. Exports are a key.
What U.S. beef has always been seen as the quality leader. In other words, it's demanded around the world. Everybody would like to import it, largely due to taste, marbling, and its consistency.
That does not mean U.S. producers can become complacent. Other countries are vying for that market share.
Now, as we look at Argentina, Brazil, a little bit in Australia, we're seeing more feedlots, and cheaper grain prices are causing those to consider moving animals off pasture into a grain feeding facility. We think those trends are alive, that will continue. It's early innings, mind you, but particularly in Argentina, where the Pampas has grown lots of grass and lots of cattle, we're going to see more of that farmed in corn and wheat, sunseeds, and more cattle fed some of that cheap grain. So it's a transformation that will take 3 to 5 years, but increasingly our role as being the top beef quality product will continue, but it will be diminished by those trying to catch up.
In another decade, simply grain-fed won't carry as much premium as it does today, unless it comes with premium marbling. I'm Bob Cervera.
Come back after the break for this week's Plain Talk.
There's a lot of different ways of doing this woodwork, but all of it still takes both hands.
He had been told that by the orthopedic specialist in Enid, Oklahoma, that they would have to fuse his thumb.
And I said, no, cut it off, because I didn't want it sticking up. And I found out about the Kansas regenerative stem cell and went to Manhattan.
We were so impressed with how royally we were treated the first time we came to Kansas Regenerative.
We came in and he took out the stem cells. It took about an hour for him to process them before they put him back in my knees and my thumb. And we were out of here in about 4 hours and on our way back home. And I'm in here today to have my shoulders, my hips, and my back done. So I'll be able to go back to my sawmill, my shop, and do about anything I want to do.